Hey, Top Airlines Math Industry, and we are going to learn about the odds of winning the Powerball. So, in the past few videos, we have been learning a lot about probability, like probably this will happen, or probably that will happen. So we've been using coins to dice rolls to whatever kind of spell card it is. So, in this case scenario, we wanted to study an extreme version of what probability is. So, if you ever heard of what Powerball is, the Powerball is basically a lottery game where you guess 5 numbers, including one bonus number, and you earn cash and money depending on what you get or what was drawn. So, why do people even play Powerball in the first place? Well, when you think of it, it's pretty obvious. It's basically this. Yeah, people play for cha-ching, cha-ching. But we're gonna calculate, like, how does this happen? Or what are the odds of it happening? There's a formula that we can take a look at. The formula is, you have the letters N, an exclamation mark, and an R. N represents all the possible outcomes that happen to be in the lottery. So, to play the Powerball, you can choose a variety of numbers between 1 and 70. Actually, it's 1 and 69. Sometimes people like to round it off, but when you try to get the bonus number, the chances are you can pick numbers 1 to 26. So, calculating the Powerball with this formula right here, we have to do that twice, but we're actually not going to calculate it because the problem is it's going to take like forever. The forever part of this formula is actually the exclamation mark. And the exclamation mark is called a factorial. Unlike language arts or English classes, how the exclamation mark is like, yay! Yahoo! Wow! Instead, for mathematics, it means when you have a number that is having an exclamation mark with it, it means that you have the number with exclamation mark equals a number, multiply that by a smaller number, multiply that by a smaller number again. Here's an example. Let's try to find the factorial of 6, or 6 exclamation mark. That means we would have to do 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. 6 times 5 is 30. Times 4 is 120. Times 3 is 360. Times 2 is 720. Times 1 is 720. So, the factorial, or 6 exclamation mark, can be equal to 720. It's basically a countdown of all multiplied numbers. The reason why we have an exclamation mark in the formula is the letter N represents all possible numbers that can be picked between 1 and 69. So basically, you'd have to do 69 inserted in for N. Then do 69 times 68 times 67 times 66 times 65. It would take a very long time. Like,
a few moments later, 1 eternity later, 3 days later.
Yeah, you would probably need to do a use a super calculator for this one. So the number of all possible objects with the exclamation mark, divide that by R represents the chosen numbers out of the given set. So we said that for the first 5 numbers, we can only choose 5 numbers out of 69 numbers in total. But to win the Powerball or the bonus ball, you get to choose only 1 number out of 26. So in this case scenario, if you're doing the formula, you'd have to put in for R the amount you are allowed to select, like 5 or 1, depending if you want to do the normal play or the bonus play, or both. The thing is, they have exclamation marks too. Then we have to multiply that with all possible values, subtract that by allowed given values, or amount you're allowed to select, factorial. The reason why this formula is like this is because when you play the Powerball, you will never ever get the same numbers. Here's an example. You will never ever get like, if you draw like 2, there's no way another draw would be 2. Or if you draw 10, there's no other way you can draw 10. So the formula for probability for this lottery is telling you that there are possible answers, but there are never ever going to be any repeats. So remember, all possible numbers factorial, divide that by allowed choice that you can choose out of this numbers, factorial, multiplied by all possible numbers, subtracted by the allowed amount of numbers, factorial. If you do all the math for the lottery and you do it for the Powerball, these are the odds. To get all the 5 possible numbers correctly, all of them, it means that you would have a 1 in, this is going to be a large number, 11,238,513. So 1 out of this denominator here would actually get it all correct, the first 5 numbers. On the other side, if you guess the Powerball, there's only a 1 in 26 chance you would guess a Powerball. So basically, this one's a little bit more easier to guess correctly, but don't put your hopes on it. When you multiply them both together, because you want to try to get both of the probabilities, then you'd have a 1 in a much larger number, 292,201,338. That is a high probability, reaching your chances of ever winning the lottery close to 0. So 1 in 338 chances. 1 in that many would actually get this, the normal, the first 5, and the Powerball correctly. That is a very low probability of winning the lottery. Well, that is what it's supposed to do, is when you win any kind of lottery, or when you try to get any kind of lottery, the chances are very, very low. And even if you win the money, not only you get the lottery and you get the award, but some of the money actually goes towards the government while you keep a portion of what you earned. I hope this video has helped you understand the insane odds of winning the lottery. Thank you for watching Helping Your Life's Math Industry. Like and subscribe.
What is